Today on this James the Bike Guy, we're talking about whiskey, but not the kind you need to be 21 or over to consume. We're checking out a Whisky Carbon Handlebar. And in this video, I'm going to talk about who Whisky is, talk a bit about this number 9 handlebar. We'll get it installed. I'll give you my feedback on how I like it or how I don't. And then finally, we'll find out exactly what this weighs. So go ahead and stick with me and let's check out this part. So Whisky Parts Company is a pretty neat smaller manufacturer that makes high quality, high-end carbon parts for different areas of the market that maybe are underserved. And they really got their start in mountain bikes and cyclocross bikes. But now they make road bike parts, they do make all sorts of adventure, gravel parts, things like that. And I personally do like them a lot. You may have seen it on the channel. I use some of their stuff because one of the things that I really enjoy about their parts is generally they're pretty understated in looks. They have high form and function, yet at the same time, they're not crazy expensive. I mean, a carbon handlebar is on the more expensive spectrum, but it's not too bad. So this one that we're looking at here, this is their number 9 35mm bar. So the 35mm bar is going to be available in a whole bunch of widths and a couple different rises. And so what I came with here is going to be the 10mm rise, 800mm width. And more than likely, I'll probably end up cutting it down, but you can see here on the bar, it's going to have different cut marks, so you can adjust the width super easy. And then the other thing that I like about it is they've got this different finish to the center where the stem clamp is going to go. And what that's going to allow for is a really nice clamp to it. You can see here they've got part specs like the 5 Newton meters. This one has a 10mm rise, 8mm back sweep, and a 5-degree up sweep. And I'm hoping with where your hand's going to end up on the position, this is going to end up feeling nicely. This is made out of unidirectional carbon. You can see that throughout here. And the finishing on the inside of the handlebar does look pretty nice as well. So now that we've taken a look at this, let's go ahead, get it on the trail, and I'll let you know what I actually think of it. The Whisky Carbon Handlebar has been a really nice setup for me. So I've cut this down to be about 740mm wide. The feeling is good. If I were to do it again, I might have left it a little bit wider, but you know, a few things to talk about here. It definitely dampens the vibrations a bit, and the UD look to this, if I can get it to focus in, seeing the unidirectional carbon is such a sweet thing on this. Of course, the Whisky branding is always clutch, everything coming in stealth there, even underneath my my Garmin mount. And this being the 35mm bar clamp, it definitely makes you have pretty good control over the handlebar, even though it dampens out some of the ride. But without question, my favorite thing is with it set up correctly in my deity stem. Look at that, it says get fancy. So every time you're looking down at the handlebar, you get that little extra push to go have some fun. I've really enjoyed this handlebar, and will certainly continue to use it on this bike and maybe others in the future. So we'll place the carbon bar onto the scale here, and you'll see that it comes out at a pretty featherly 206 grams for this carbon fiber handlebar. So go ahead and let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. While you're at it, be sure to hit the subscribe button and don't forget to ring the bell. That way you can see more videos like this in the future.